Yeah.
Hey yo man, it's your time. And fuck poverty. Get this money, man. What the fuck you gotta do, you know what I'm saying?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Phil and Leroy the Judgmental podcast.
What's up, everybody? This your boy Phil.
And I'm Leroy. So what's going on, Phil?
Not much. Just got finished watching that early football game.
I forgot all about it till I looked at scores and saw the final.
Well, I didn't know it was no UFC. Usually you tell me. And then last night I was going through my pay-per-views and there was a lot of shit on them, but I didn't see anything new. That was early yesterday, like around 5 or 6. And then I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh shit, there was some fights on.
You didn't see the tweet of my picks? Yeah, I put you in it.
I didn't see it. My schedule been all screwy because of this daylight saving thing.
Same.
So like normally I wake up without an alarm clock and I usually get up at 6. So now I'm waking up at 5 and I'm like, damn, it's too early to get up. You know what I mean? So then I go back to sleep and then I jump up rushing so I'm be late for work. And then I'm staying up extra late during the day. I mean at night, you know what I mean? So it's just all screwy right now.
Yeah, same. It's the same here. Well, let's get into it. Viral video of the week. We got a young man on the street schooling a young girl on how a woman don't want a man who don't need him. Here's the what'd you say here? Since it's viral video, you won't see it, but y'all hear it. So here you go.
Say here's the sound bite.
I'm a woman. So what you saying?
I said women don't like dudes who got their own, who don't need them. They rather deal with men who are not that intellectually aggressive, who gonna let them say what they want and do what they want. They rather deal with a man like, not saying you like that, but most women out here don't want to deal with a man who gonna say, baby, nah, don't wear that. Nah, baby, don't talk like that. They don't really want to deal with that. They rather deal with a dude.
He's right. They want to be in control.
Who let them say and do whatever they want to do. And they think if a man be a man, he's toxic.
So my question was, do you fuck with a real woman?
Let me answer that question.
And the reason why I asked
I'm
is because if you fuck with a real woman, she's going to agree with you. Hey, maybe I shouldn't step outside wearing this,
I respect that,
this
baby.
nasty ass shit.
Let me answer that. This is the problem. The real woman is standing too close to the hose, so we don't know the difference until we start talking to y'all. No, listen. I met a lot of women. It don't mean, I don't care if they from the hood. I don't care if they got 2 parents. They interests are the same. It's like right now, right? If you see 10 lions coming down the street, are you gonna try to figure out which lion gonna bite your ass or not? You're gonna be like them 10 lions. So unfortunately, the real woman agree with too much shit that these hoes is on, so we don't know the fucking difference.
Girl code.
He's absolutely right. Yeah, he's absolutely right with that one. And they stick to the script like he said. Everything he said was absolutely right. Some just people in general like to be in control. They like everything to go through them, you know, and they don't want no one telling them what to do. But women are really like that. Yeah, he's absolutely right. I can't really say nothing negative about the guy. Good shit. And the dude that's shaking that was next to her shaking his head, that must be her boyfriend.
Yeah, he looked like a clown. That's why he ain't got nothing to say.
Right. And you see how he tried to intervene? Yeah, good shit. There's nothing I can really say.
He probably don't got his own shit. That's why he can't say nothing.
No, he let her come out the house and wear whatever she want to wear, whatever. Tight shit, ass whopping and bopping up and down, and he don't say shit to her.
Yeah, but then she'll like if he ain't got his own shit, she'll be like, motherfucker, this is my house. You can't tell me what to do, or I bought these clothes. You don't own me, you know what I mean? All that type of shit.
Right. All right, the next viral video, we got a clip with a wife asking her husband how many women he slept with. I'm sorry. A wife asking the husband how many women he slept with. Here we go.
What's your body count?
Mine? My body count low. I'm actually.
What's your body?
That's something that I feel like that I'm proudful to say. You know what I'm saying? My body count's super low. Like, you can count on less than 2 hands. What's your body count?
For real? I kind of stopped counting after I got to like the 340s. Like the 340s, and it was kind of pointless to like keep counting.
What do you mean?
340?
What the?
I don't understand what the problem is. That's the past. Like, let the past be the past. Like,
Hell no!
oh my God.
340? 340
That's
what?
I didn't want to fight. You weren't supposed to ask me that. If you had a problem with it, it's the past.
To pass my ass?
You're married.
How?
To me?
Give me my shit back.
You liked it, so you put a ring on it.
I fucked up. Give it back.
What do you mean?
Take this off. Don't touch me with them filthy ass hands.
Filthy?
That is fucking disgusting.
Why?
You're a whore.
Did you just call me?
Give me my ring back.
Did you just call me a whore?
Bro, that's nasty as fuck. Nah, I need a whole new after I just found out that. I'm not gonna lie, that's nasty, bro.
340 is really not that many.
That many what?
People. It's not. If you think about it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, obviously that video was fake as hell. And one thing about these, I think this is a young people, is they don't know how to like write good dialogue, because there's no way no woman's gonna say, yeah, I slept with 340 guys. Is it supposed to be funny? Because that ain't funny. And since we know the video was fake as hell, but they made some real points here. Number one, young men, never ask a woman how many your girl how many men she slept with, because you ain't gonna like the number. We already know.
Well, even if you feel like you want to ask that, you don't put a ring on it, then ask that.
True. You ain't gonna like what you want to hear. You're not gonna like it. Same thing with a woman. Don't ask the man how many women he slept with. Y'all not buddy old pals. Y'all not camp buddies or whatever the hell. That's your woman. That you don't ask her. Yeah, your woman can be your friend, but at the end of the day, that's your woman. You don't ask your woman shit like that. Y'all not good friends. Y'all not buddies. Y'all didn't go on the camp. Y'all not on the camp. Went camping with each other, where you get to tell each other all your damn secrets and all that stuff. What was you about to say?
I was gonna say, let's just say it was real. Like, if I was with a girl, like let's say she had 300 and she's in that same city, that means damn near every time you go out with her, she gonna be fucking dapping up and hugging on some dude talking about, hey girl, what's up?
Yep.
So that right there until you leave her ass alone. Because if I had a girlfriend that knew every damn dude in the fucking city, that would tell me like, yo, I'm thinking she must have been messing with these dudes.
Yep, that's like the bartenders, the female bartenders, when they be hugging and all that stuff, and that's the first thing I'm thinking. Like, damn, one of them dudes didn't got at her. That's the first thing I would think. You in a bar all day, and some bars, and we talking about neighborhood bars, ladies and gentlemen, not like a bar like in town or something like that. All the time the bar ain't crowded. So what's so happen when my man get to swoop in there and there's just them two in there? They gonna get to talking, and one thing gonna lead to another. Oh, so what time you get off? Or whatever like that. So yeah, no, gentlemen, don't ask your woman no damn question like that. Y'all not pals. Y'all not the get along buddies or whatever the hell. y'all. Yeah. I had 300. I had 340. Yeah. You know what? I had a couple of guys that ran trains on me too. You might as well look. I might as well just jump out this car right when it's moving and shit right now. Ain't like I can't do anything. We married now. So let me go on and just jump out this car while the car rolling down the street. Here we go. Parents, watch out, because these teachers, these female teachers, they're coming after your sons. Here we got East Harvard, Connecticut. Two Rivers Middle School drama teacher, 34-year-old Karen Vernick, was arrested for having inappropriate relationships with her 13-year-old student. Here's the report.
Also tonight, an East Hartford teacher, a former teacher.
Our girl should never have her hair pulled back like this. I'm sorry.
Teacher is facing.
Look at that hairline. See, that's from having all that weave and all that wigs on top of her head. That's why her hairline starts at damn near the middle of her head.
Charges. She's accused of having an inappropriate relationship with a student.
And tonight, parents say they are angry and in disbelief. NBC Connecticut's Jeremy Chen has their
shout out for her confidence though, because my goodness,
she should have took the little clip off and just got a shape up and called it a day.
I mean, pretty much, you're right about that.
reaction and what police are saying about the arrest.
Here at the Craig Academy of Computer Science and Engineering Middle School in East Hartford, parents had many questions after hearing of the arrest of a former teacher. The details provided by police disturbing them.
It's really sad that we can't feel safe sending our kids to school and that we have to keep this in the back of our minds now.
The news of an arrested teacher at Craig.
For this to be Connecticut, that woman looks so familiar.
She do got a familiar looking face.
Yep.
But yeah, Connecticut ain't too far.
No,
it's fucking left Philly.
Yep.
Academy of Computer Science and Engineering Middle School in East Hartford hitting home for parents and guardians.
I was shocked because I haven't heard of anything like this in, I guess, 30 years.
No, man, we hear about this all the time. We hear about this all the time. These teachers are sleeping with these young kids. So what the hell is she talking about? Like you said, she need to start watching.
An arrest warrant from East Hartford Police states 34-year-old Karen Vinnick, a drama teacher, and a student, a 13-year-old boy, were found sleeping together at a school-sanctioned drama club sleepover back in May. Investigators obtained video showing that sleepover where they say the boy is seen placing a pillow and blanket next to Vinnick and laying down next to her.
Yeah, I want to know, is this at the teacher's house? See, they didn't explain.
Nah, it's at the school.
Okay, so
where is this so stupid? Why are schools having sleepovers? What kind of shit is that?
And what kind of video is this at? Is this like the school video or?
Yeah, school video.
So this woman knew it was a school that the school had cameras, but yet she snuggled up with a boy under the blankets.
Well, it might not be as bad as it seemed. I mean, it's bad, but like she probably just was like the kid probably is close to the teacher, so the kid probably put the pillow next to her and laid next to her, and she probably just hugged up on the kid and they went to sleep like that. And they're making it worse than what it is because they shouldn't be doing that anyway. It's inappropriate. But the school shouldn't be having sleepovers to begin with.
Right.
Later on, Vinnick can be seen putting her arm around the student, spooning him for about 10 minutes.
All right, what about the spooning part? Is that bad?
To me, you shouldn't be doing that with somebody kid.
Mm-hmm.
But they got clothes on. There's other people around. And I'm pretty sure there's other adults around. And they all just laying down there sleeping and stuff. You know what I mean? And underneath the camera, probably like in the damn auditorium or some shit like that. It's stupid to me, the whole concept of fucking just sleepover at a middle school.
All right.
Says shortly after, Vinnick and the student got up and left the sleepover, going to a classroom down the hall together. The boy told investigators that months earlier, Vinnick told him that she loved him and didn't see him as a student, but rather as someone she was interested in and liked romantically, but claimed nothing physical happened. Investigators say from November 2021 to June 2022, Vinnick called the boy 135 times on his cell. One parent says her daughter was a student in Vinnick's class.
She was the course teacher for all the students. They did come in contact with her. Luckily, she didn't make any attempts with my child.
Your child has a vagina, ma'am. It looked like she has a penis.
The same thing. Like she already got her boyfriend. She don't want to shit.
Right. Them young girls are just as competition for her. I'm sorry, y'all, for laughing because, this ain't funny. Because if a man did this to some female at the school, we wouldn't be laughing at this. But
you'd be facing 20 years of life.
Exactly.
And it's sad that it happened to someone else.
The Craig superintendent gave a statement saying in part, Craig has fully cooperated with authorities from the moment we were made aware of the situation. The employee was immediately placed on administrative leave.
Now, you have a stepdaughter that was in school. The question I want to ask you, does teachers have their cell phone numbers?
I have no idea. I guess they do. I mean, I have no idea.
Cause don't you think that's a little bit inappropriate for not that we ain't even talking about the spooning part and leaving the classroom with each other, about just calling them. Like, why does the teacher need to call a student for?
Just that new age, man. New technology, new age.
Yeah, you're right.
When the investigation began,
Because if I had a kid that age and the teacher just called me, I'm like, well, what the hell is she calling you for?
Right.
Resigned from CREC before this school year. CREC's priority.
And I know these schools have, I know some colleges have it where they have a website where they show the curriculum and all that stuff. So ain't no use of saying the teacher calling the student and saying, hey, don't forget this test today, when the kid can go on the website or whatever, or the Facebook or whatever, and see the curriculum of that day. I don't know if all schools do that, but I know some colleges do.
Is always the safety and well-being of our students and staff. Vinnick is expected to show up in court on November 22nd. Reporting in East Hartford, Jeremy.
Go ahead.
If they were so concerned about the well-being and safety of the students, they would have never signed off on having a damn sleepover in the middle school with teachers and students.
Exactly. Now, ain't that kind of like would you say like a safety thing to have these kids sleeping over at the school like this?
I guess. I don't know. It's weird to me. I've never heard of sleepover in fucking middle school before.
Yeah,
a sanctioned joint where they giving you pillows and blankets and shit. That just sounds weird to me.
Mm-hmm. Now parents, these teachers, they want to sit on your sons. Now they want to know on your daughters. Camp Blandon, Florida. Camp Blandon is a military base. You ever heard of Camp Blandon?
No.
Okay, it's a school on military base, so I'm assuming it's a bad school for kids that got kicked out of school and all that stuff. If it's on a military base, we got 27-year-old Libby Crone was arrested for inappropriate relationships with a 16-year-old while working at Florida Youth Challenge Academy. Here's the report.
Live from the local station, News 4 Jax starts now.
Right now at 6 o'clock, parents of teens who attend this local academy are concerned because a former employee has been accused of abusing a student. It is not the first accusation of abuse at the school, which is for at-risk youth. That former employee accused of having an illegal romantic relationship with a teenage girl while working at Florida Youth Challenge Academy at Camp Blanding.
Libby Crone is charged with being an authority figure soliciting or engaging in lewd conduct with a minor. News4 Jax reporter Janice Harris has been reviewing court records, and she's been following the story since the summer when a victim reached out to her. Janice.
We first told you about this story in August, and what we've learned, according to the arrest warrant for Libby Crone, is that we're learning that she was 27 years old and the teenager was 16 years old. It says the romantic relationship began in March of this year while the teen was at the academy.
27-year-old Libby Crone worked at Florida Youth Challenge Academy, also known as FLYCA, as a supervisor or a cadre of cadets.
Now, what's a cadre of cadets?
It's just like a group.
Oh, so she's kind of
like so this is like so I just looked at it. This is like a National Guard training center.
Yeah.
So like most bases like that, they do have schools, and not all the schools on the bases are for bad kids. Some of them is just like, you know how you have full-time military and they have housing and stuff.
Right.
So like on the bases, they'll have everything set up for them. They'll have like schools, playgrounds, rec center, movie theaters, shopping mall, gas station. They have everything on the base, so you don't have to leave the base pretty much for anything.
Mm-hmm.
So they have so many different buildings. So they might have a branch where they do like training for bad kids, and I think that's probably what that is. I don't think those kids are like the kids of the military personnel that's on base. I think those kids are like kids that signed up, or their parents signed them up, or they got in trouble, whatever it is, why they're there.
Right.
So you do see that. You ever heard like back in the day when they say join the army or go to jail type shit?
Yeah.
Well, kind of like that. Like even when I was at what base was this? This was Fort Indian Town Gap. That's in PA. And it's the same thing as the National Guard Training Center. But you'll see like when you up there training, you'll see like kids marches and stuff. And you'd be like, who are those kids? And it'd be like a little group of bad kids or a school for bad kids or something like that doing their training and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what's going on.
Okay.
It's a place where troubled teens go to get their lives back on track. According to this arrest affidavit in March of 2022, Chrome took advantage of at least one 16-year-old girl at the academy.
Then it was more than one, and this girl is the only one that she got caught with.
Mm-hmm.
It was more than one. She was over there trying to lick and move with them young girls in there.
And it's fucked up because even though these authority figures are wrong, they're 100% wrong. A lot of some of that blame got to fall on these kids because these ain't kids that don't know right from wrong.
Oh yeah,
they know what they're getting involved in. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. She's an at-risk youth, so she been quote unquote out on them streets. Like you said, it's no excuse, but it ain't like that. The old lady got the girl to come over her house and said she was gonna give her candy or some shit like that, and she walked away from her. Yeah, that 16-year-old, she's 16-year-old on paper, but 9 times out of 10 she's older than that, and act older than that. And also 9 times out of 10, this ain't like her probably first sexual experience or anything like that. So the kids know what's up, but like you said, it's no excuse anyway.
And the relationship continued after the teen graduated.
Look, the girl done graduated, and they still
kept
rolling
rolling
around.
and
Exactly. So they know what's up.
The Clay County Sheriff's Office was alerted in April 2022 of the allegations. A parent who says her child was also abused by another cadre at the academy is speaking out. She asked we disguise her voice for her safety. She had this to say about Chrome's arrest.
I am happy that she's being held accountable. I just want everything to be out in the open and for justice for all that were involved.
What you say?
Oh my goodness! Like you shouldn't even talk. You should just sent in a statement.
In any type of abuse by these adults.
Documents show investigators talked to the 16-year-old and they read her phone messages, emails, and even a love note between her and Chrome. An investigator for the case wrote, the defendant had a relationship of a romantic nature with the student victim while being in a position of authority. Records show Chrome has been in a position of power before, working as a corrections officer in another county. This parent told me her child was also the victim of an inappropriate relationship multiple times this year and wants justice.
How many incidents do you believe happened where it was an inappropriate interaction with your daughter with this alleged person?
About 9 or 10.
She says the 9 to 10 incidents all happened in 1 month. The Clay County Sheriff's Office is investigating these allegations. As the investigation continues, Chrome's arrest may be the first, but may not be the last.
How about
Chrome's attorneys attempting to
go ahead.
I'm gonna say, how about you raise your kids right, teach them from right from wrong, and make sure they don't go to goddamn jail or boot camp and shit. You know what I mean?
Now, did you see the report? You wasn't. It was the one I did by myself about the. I think this girl was like 14-year-old. She was staying in a hotel. I forget what state it was, but I think it's somewhere in the South. And she was, and the mom had, I think I made a TikTok of it if I'm not mistaken. The mom, no, I'm not sure. Well, the mom had like other kids, and so the 14-year-old was a bad kid, so she like was in the system, and they had put her in the hotel, and the social worker was female, and the social worker told her, once you go
on them streets, yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And I had told my cousin that's okay. What the social worker said was wrong, but I think that was a little out of context because I believe that little girl. First of all, she's 14 years old and she's in a hotel by herself, and I believe that little girl was fast and doing some stuff with this man and that man or whatever. And the social worker found out about it. And the social worker said, well, damn, you doing all this stuff. You don't even have no money. You might as well go on out and work the streets and get some money like that. Right. But they got it, took it all out of context. Like the social worker was trying to get her to pimp or something or the hoe or something like that.
get the bond reduced below $200,000. The next hearing, the motion hearing, will be on October 10th, and there is also another review on November 7th. Reporting live, Janice Harris, Channel 4, the local station.
Janice, have you heard from anyone at the academy?
I've actually heard from FLICA a couple of times. This is an ongoing investigation, so it's very limited as to what they can tell us. But they have said they would make another comment once all of this was resolved. When I spoke with them one-on-one last month, they told me they were making changes to make sure the teens are safe and that they are safe at the academy.
All right, Janice Harris reporting to us live. Thank you, Janice.
All right, Philip, that wasn't the first case, and it certainly ain't the last. Now we got 24-year-old Adrina Durr was arrested for inappropriate relationships with a 16-year-old. This is a different.
God damn, is this what today's topic is about?
This is a different 16-year-old. Same school, a different 16-year-old. They got better odds working there than in the club.
A second woman has now been arrested, accused of abusing her power to have a romantic relationship with a teenage girl while working at Florida Youth Challenge Academy at Camp Blanding. 24-year-old Ariana Durr is accused of having an inappropriate relationship with a 16-year-old at the academy.
Tuesday, we told you about 27-year-old Libby Crome, who was arrested for the same accusations. News4JAX reporter Janice Harris spoke with a mother who says her child was one of Durr's victims. Janice?
And so now we're dealing with two separate incidents.
Our girls on the case, different news report, but she have on the same shirt.
Same wig.
Yes.
With two completely different groups of people, but happening at the same place, the Florida Youth Challenge Academy. And in each of these instances, according to those arrest warrants, these adult women used vulnerable young girls, lured them into romantic relationships. And in one instance, it
kills me how they word shit.
So they learned these vulnerable girls didn't know up from down, huh?
continued even after the teen left the academy.
Ariana Durr is the second woman to be arrested, accused of abusing her power to solicit a romantic relationship with a student while working at Florida Youth Challenge Academy as a cadre or supervisor for troubled teens. A mom told me by phone her daughter was Durr's victim and wants justice for her child.
What was your reaction when you learned she had been arrested?
I was ecstatic. I'm happy that these people are being held accountable.
According to this arrest warrant, when asked if she, meaning Durr, ever touched outside of kissing one another, she stated, that response is redacted. However, the warrant concludes that from the teen's statement and emails, there was enough probable cause to arrest Durr for a romantic relationship while in a position of power. This is the second arrest this week for a cadre accused of taking advantage of a cadet. 27-year-old Libby Crome was charged with the same crime with the 16-year-old, and investigators say it continued after the teen graduated. The mother of Durr's alleged victim has a message for parents to protect their children.
What would you say to other parents?
Try to keep an open dialogue, because that's how I found out about it, was my daughter trusted me enough to come and tell me what was going on.
And she has a message for Durr.
That she needs to make.
So I want to say to the mom, since you have an open dialogue with your daughter, why is your daughter in the school for troubled youth?
I was thinking the same thing. How about you raise your kids to stay out of troubled youth academies and shit like that?
Exactly. And they sleep there too, right? They don't leave the base?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Make better choices. And also, I'm just a little upset that her bond was so low. I felt like it should have been a little higher.
Durr and Crome were fired from FLICA as soon as the staff learned of the allegations. Though the teens and their parents see these two arrests as a victory, they believe there are more victims and predators.
And the mom that you heard from today, she told me she will be in court to see that justice, that Durr is held accountable by way of justice and to get justice for her daughter. In addition to that, she and another parent, they both told me that their biggest concern is that there needs to be some type of a thorough background check or some other parameter put in place to make sure that these children are safe. Reporting live, Janice Harris, Channel 4, the local station.
Yeah, and stop having these darn young girls being teachers or supervisors around these 15, 16-year-old kids, because it ain't no difference from on a maturity standpoint. It ain't no difference between a 27-year-old and a darn 16-year-old. They both into the same thing. The only thing is one can drink legally and one can't. They into the same music. They're into the same video games. They're into the same movies and TV shows. It wasn't like how we grew up back in the day when somebody was in their 20s and I was a teenager. They made them, they was like so mature, so much older, so mature. They dressed different and all that stuff.
And they told kids, like, get away. You ain't old enough to be, you know what I mean? You couldn't hang with the older ones like that.
Right. And no, Philip, this ain't the topic of the whole podcast.
Thank you.
In 2017, we got Derlyn Roberts, who's a known scammer, walked in and delivered sign language gibberish at a news conference about the arrest of a suspected serial killer. Here's the report.
It's happened again. Another sign language interpreter accused of signing total gibberish. This time it was at the police news.
Now, do you
that bold to go on TV in front of cameras and just be on her bullshit?
Right. Now, do you think that she has a mental problems?
No, she wanted that check.
The check of what? Now, do you think they paid her to do that?
Yes. They paid her. She came in there. They probably saw they needed a sign language person. These people get paid.
No, because go ahead. No, go ahead and finish.
No, because she's getting a check from the department. That's why she's doing it.
Well, they said in a news article that they didn't ask for a sign language interpreter. That she just walked in when they were doing a press conference, and I guess she said, "Well, hey, look, I'm here to do sign language," and they was like, didn't stop her.
Yeah, they gave her a check.
Because I'm thinking like she's a known scammer and got a long arrest record.
That's what I'm saying. That's just like an interpreter. Like if they about to do a press release thing and you say, "Hey, can I come in and interpret?" They're gonna give you a check.
Conference announcing an arrest in the Tampa serial killings.
We will be charging 4 counts of first-degree murder.
Standing off to the side, apparently translating every word. This woman.
No, that's her gangster. She
said 4 counts. She threw up the 4. Then she said. First degree, she threw up the 1, and then she said murder. She hit down. She looked good.
That's she's from a gang banging neighborhood, and that's her. that's her gang code she doing.
We received over 5,000 tips in this case.
But it turns out much of what she was signing was nonsense. She waved her arms around like she was singing Jingle Bells, says one outraged sign language expert. The woman, identified as Derlyn Roberts, has a string of arrests for fraud. So how did she come to be translating at last week's high-profile police news conference?
I just didn't ask enough questions.
Tampa Police Public Information Officer Steve Haggerty told me the woman simply showed up out of the blue and offered her services.
My immediate reaction was, I didn't call for a sign language interpreter, but that's great that we have one here. I let her in.
Did this woman appear to know what she was doing?
To the untrained eye, and that would include mine, I didn't see any problems.
This latest embarrassment comes 3 months after it was revealed that the sign language interpreter at a Hurricane Irma news conference, also in Florida, made no sense.
The time to act is now.
Haggerty is summing up the latest goof.
We won't be using that woman again.
Cops say this was not a crime, but it was an ethical violation.
It should be a crime. It's fraud. What are you talking about?
Right. What the hell was she thinking? And then she got a long criminal background.
No,
and she
she said it wasn't a crime, but it's an ethical thing. But I thought in the article that it said she was arrested.
Let me see. I think I have the article here. Hold on.
Sure, it's making a lot of extra noise. Just go ahead and read it.
I'm reading it. It's not saying anything.
No, I'm talking about you with all this noise you making. Just
no,
read
because
it.
there's a whole lot of shit that no, they don't say anything about she was arrested.
I thought she was arrested.
No. No. The hell was she thinking about?
That check. She probably did that a couple times, and every time she do that, nobody asks her any questions because she come in there looking appropriate for the job, and they just give it to her.
See, they say she volunteered. That she volunteered to do it. And they just said, all right, then.
Yeah, they trying to
come on
their
in.
ass. That don't sound right.
Well, we can't talk about UFC 281 last night because you didn't see it. We can talk about the Eagles. The Eagles are playing the Commanders on Monday Night Football. The point spread is 11 points. The Eagles are 11-point favorites, and the over and under is 43. What are your thoughts on this game? Do you have any?
Ain't nobody scared of the Redskins, so we should be able to bust their ass.
So you ain't scared of Heineke?
No. I mean, I think Carson Wentz is better than him, but not a lot because they're both like right there next to next, as far as like skill level or whatever.
And they try to play the Eagles too, by the way.
You got your phone?
Yeah, I seen your text message. They try to play the Eagles, by the way. They try to make it seem first Minnesota is like a good team. They don't forget that the Eagles beat them.
Mm-hmm.
They
try to make it seem like we beat nobodies all year.
Exactly, like we have an easy schedule or something. They beat the Cardinals, but everybody act like the Cardinals is like a good up and coming team. Oh, they didn't have DeAndre Hopkins. Okay, that's one person. Here's an article about the interpreter that volunteered and gave the wrong wrong impressions.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah. They said she's arrested.
So if it's not a crime and it's just an ethic thing, she couldn't be arrested for it. So if she's arrested, that means it's fraud. That means she got a check.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's your thoughts on the Eagles game, Eagles Commanders game. Do we give a shout out to the Philadelphia Phillies?
I guess. I mean, they finished off better than predicted, so you know what I mean. They should have. They once you got there, and they could have beat that team.
Yes,
they pretty much folded.
Yeah. What they have to do is get well, I guess every team has to go through this. They got the starting lineup. They need a better pitching bench. They need better relievers because my man came in. Is it Suarez that threw the fastballs? Mm-hmm. That's all he threw was throw the fastballs. And when he came in the last game, he was so damn out of control. I don't know if he was nervous or what.
We need one more solid pitcher, and we need our batters to bat. Our batters is we got some good batters that didn't really bat that good.
Right, that too. But yeah, they definitely need to work on those things for them to. And here's another thing: why is the manager is not considered to be the manager of the year?
I think because they go by the regular season and they looking at records.
Mm-hmm.
Win-loss record, because we didn't get 100 wins. So you're not going to have manager of the year unless you have over 100 wins.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So there's no MVP candidates on the team, right?
I wouldn't think so.
Okay. All right. Now, TV and movie talk. Now, Married at First Sight did a reunion special. I'm laughing because all the arguments that Tall Boy had with everybody, and he was arguing with his wife. He was arguing with the other guy. What was you about to say? What was you saying?
Nah.
He was arguing with his wife. He was arguing at the other guy. Now, do you think he was lying or he was telling the truth?
Lying about what?
Well, he said that the dude tried to talk to him. Then
he lied about that to try to change the topic. The thing is, the dude might have said like you got nice skin. If you got nice skin, you got nice skin. And the dude might have said, "Damn, your teeth white as shit." That's not hitting on you. Did he rub your ass while he was saying that?
right.
Like a
Yeah,
guy can give another guy a compliment without it coming off as being gay.
right. So then he said that his ex-wife tried to come over his house and have some late night sex, but she said no. No,
She's lying on that one. She's lying. I saw the way her face like looked, and I was like, yeah, she's full of crap. You can kind of tell like people the way they look when their body movement, the way their facial expressions go.
Mm-hmm.
But
Now,
he's like a sensitive female, and he just like to talk so much. Like certain shit don't need to be said.
so that's why you think that she denied it because she didn't want it to come out?
She didn't want to. Yeah, I don't think she wanted it to come out. Just like when they was having sex, and he was talking about they had sex on the honeymoon, and then she's saying they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's your business. Why do that? You have to put that out there anyway. But he put it out there.
Now, here's a question. She said that he was sexually sexually intimidated by her. Now, what does that mean? Does that sounds like to me that she likes to be like tied up and whipped and all that stuff, and he didn't want to do all that stuff. That's what it sounded like to me.
Nah, I think she was down and ready to get busy, and he was kind of timid and scared and nervous, and that's why she took it that way.
I've never heard those two words together. I never heard sexually intimidated all put together like that. I'm like, what the? So that's what I was thinking. I'm like, well, maybe she liked to be tied up or beaten, and he wasn't into that.
No, I don't think it's that. I just think he was nervous and scared, and she wants a guy that's ready to get down, and he was like scared.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing is, he was saying that they banged on a honeymoon.
Yes.
And she was saying they didn't. But remember, like right after the honeymoon was a couple of days later was when he was like, "I love you," and I ain't scared to say it. So that means he got some. Because remember, he said he had nothing in 2 years, and now all of a sudden he loved his girl. So
okay. Now, why would she lie about that?
Huh?
Why would she lie about that?
It's the same thing. I don't think she wanted them to know that it came out so fast, because no girls want to be known as the first one that gave it up. You know what I mean?
Didn't Ben and his girl do it on the honeymoon?
No, Ben ain't never get none of them draws.
Oh, okay. I thought they did.
No, he was trying because it was his birthday. And remember, he was like, he kept talking like, yeah, it'd be great if I did. And then it just she ain't break him off. I think she gave him like a cake or a cupcake or some shit.
Our boy Ben, man, just left in the wind. Everybody all enjoying themselves, and he just sitting there. And Ben is cool too, because I'd be pissed at I don't know these people's names, that tall boy's wife. Yeah, I'll be pissed. No, well, first of all, if I'm talking to you about some sensitive shit, why you got me on speakerphone?
I don't care if it's sensitive or not. You shouldn't put me on speakerphone anyway if I'm calling you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not if there's other people around. This is our conversation, because I might say something that I don't want nobody else to hear. So don't put me on speakerphone.
And then tall boy said that he wasn't. Okay, thank you, sir, because our journalistic credit, yours. Oh, I do know Mitch's name, and I'll tell you why I remember his name is Mitch, because something you had brought up.
This is bitch.
Yep. So then he said that what's his Justin? Then Justin said that he wasn't pillow talking, but he would go and tell the wife the stuff that Ben said. Now, why would you do that?
Mm-hmm.
And Ben just sitting there. But like, you should be mad at both of them because they ruined what you had going on.
Well, he said he was upset at Justin, but he wasn't more than upset. He should have been pissed off at him, and then he should have made it an issue, but he really didn't.
Exactly. You sitting right there. I'm talking to you. I'm thinking you sitting here by yourself, and your wife sitting right there. And you got me on a damn speakerphone. That's
knowing she's an instigator, shit talker, and everybody business. Why would you sit there and let her hear what we talking about?
Exactly. And he just sat there. So yes, I know the name. I know who Mitch is. Mitch is the environmentalist, because the girl kept calling him a bitch, and that's just so inappropriate for somebody you don't even know like that.
Right, and,
Like,
and it's
look, you don't
messed
even
up.
know me like that to be calling me that.
And it's messed up that on the show they allowed it, because if the roles were reversed, they would have never allowed a guy to call a female out of her name like that, constantly in
Right.
front of everybody. And he
Right.
should have stood up for himself, because he didn't like it, but he wouldn't say nothing. Because I would have called her every name under the book too. And if her husband got a problem with it, he should have checked her and made her not stop calling me that.
Well, Philip, you know he couldn't say anything.
He could
Yeah.
have.
No, he wouldn't have, because then they'd have said you so aggressive and all that stuff. What you want to holler at her?
Huh? No, he could have just been like, "Yo, don't call him that no more. That's not right. Don't call him that no more." Just like
No,
that. He
I'm
got to
talking
holler.
about. I'm talking about Mitch should have. You said Mitch should have stood up and said something.
No, he
Not-
should have gave. No, what I'm saying is, Mitch. The first time she called him that, he should have gave her a nickname. So every time he see her, he can be like, "Hey, how you doing, slutbag?" You know what I mean, like that.
Now, see, what I would have done is I would have went to the husband and said, "Look, I don't appreciate your wife calling me those. I'm gonna step up to you and say something. I'm not gonna come to her. I'm gonna step up to you and say something. I don't appreciate your wife calling me that, because I never called her out her name. Number
Right.
one."
So that would have been the best option to take right there. But I probably
Mhm.
would have went the petty option, and I'd have just started gave her a fucked up name too, and then everybody be looking like, "Why you keep calling her that?" Oh, ask her why she keep calling me this. I didn't hear y'all have a problem with that.
Oh boy, they would have kicked you off of Married. You be the first person kicked off of Married at First Sight. You
Yeah, the
calling
double standard is real.
exactly, exactly. Yeah, and see, yeah, that's what I would have went. I would have went to him and said, "Look," and I would say, and the second thing is, she don't know me like that. It ain't like, okay, we all grew up with each other and all that stuff. We all went to the same school together. We just met on a damn TV show, and you gonna call me a bitch? You don't know me
Right.
like that. And Mitch's wife, girlfriends was hanging out. She was trying to rekindle. She was trying to get back with her. She had her girlfriends out.
She wanted to stay with Mitch. Talking about after they both said no, they left off hugging, holding hands, and they was making out in the car. They're probably still banging to this day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Any other TV shows?
What did we watch? We watched Your John, Atlanta. That show was so weird to me.
Which episode?
The one where the guy went into the water, the relaxing water joint.
It was the last episode. Yeah.
Weird ass episode. Oh, to me, lately it's all been weird stuff that I ain't really been feeling. I'm just fighting my way to get through it.
Mm-hmm. So you ain't like the Black Disney exec?
That was cool when I thought it was real. Once I found out that it was some bullshit, I was like, well, nah, I ain't really feeling that. Because if it's a real guy that really had a situation like that, then you should have did a real story on a real guy. Not some made up joint and then fool everybody off.
Now, what about the Tyler Perry episode?
What's the Tyler Perry episode?
When the daughter was, they put the daughter on like a 10 damn different TV shows.
That don't sound familiar to me.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but it was like,
was that an episode before this one?
Yeah, it was before all those.
I don't think I seen that one, or I wasn't paying attention because I don't remember that. But
Yeah,
like I said, the reason I haven't been feeling.
Yeah, that was actually a good episode because it was kind of like making fun of Tyler Perry. Yeah, but it was actually making fun of Tyler Perry because how they just like crank out scripts and having the same people on every television show, that sort of thing. So they was like,
I don't be watching the Tyler Perry stuff.
Anything else?
I watch. What's the one with the? Do you watch that show with the girl and It's like a different. What is it called? I can't think. It's on the tip of my tongue now. Where the guys, The Handmaid's Tale.
No.
You don't watch that?
No.
Well, that was I think that was the season finale for that too, and that was actually a good episode.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else? Shay watch all this crazy stuff like Love After Lockup and Love During Lockup and all this stuff. So I watch that with her, but sometimes I pay attention, sometimes I don't.
Uh-huh. Now, we haven't talked about this in a while because I don't really even watch it anymore. So I just watch it when I'll like catch it. But have you been watching Love and Hip Hop?
No.
Okay, yeah, I haven't. I only watch it, but sometimes my sister will talk about it, and so I'll like look at it. but that because it's maybe I'm just getting older, but it's just too stupid to me. And
Yeah.
Black Ink. See, I used to like Black Ink when it first came out
Right. Yeah, me
because of the
too.
brother have his own business and all that stuff, and then they just went all stupid and stuff. So I don't look at that
Once
shit.
Hollywood get a hold of your show, they start scripting everything and make you do all type of dumb shit, and then it's not authentic no more.
Right.
Like you
So
watch Black Ink now, and you're not even watching the tattoos. At least when it came on before, you would see them go in there and do tattoos. And while they doing tattoos, the person that's getting tattooed to have a little story to tell or something like that. You don't
right.
see that no more. Now it's all ratchet, fucking drinking and partying and fighting.
hmm So on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, we have Erica Mena. Erica Mena is married, well, was married to Safari, and she
Shay still watching from time to time, so I know a little bit about what's going on.
yeah. Did you see how she jumps up and down and act like she's like so happy of getting a divorce?
Mm-hmm.
And I said to my sister, don't believe that crap
Yeah, that's
because
fake.
yeah, ain't no woman happy. You losing your family. You losing your family. So you happy of getting a divorce? Don't believe that. And then when the little girl, Shakana, when Shakana had said something to her about it, like, yeah, you still love him, and she jumped up in Shakana's face, that's her anger right there. That woman goes home and cry at night, every night. She got two little kids she got to raise, and you happy you got a
Mm-hmm.
divorce? And I always say to my sister, see, we know it. We know she's full of shit. But what about with these young girls? They think that shit is cool. Like you could just divorce a man and be happy about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you losing your family. Like, come on now. Like be real on these TV shows.
Right. Well, that's the networks don't allow them to be real anymore. Everything is like this: what you got to do. This how you got to dress. Like it'd be a random episode where women just talking, and every one of them got their boobs out. And like, why you wearing it? Like
Right.
even the old ladies now. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. So you know the show is making them dress a certain way and act a certain way.
Well, hell, every girl on Atlanta got these old big old shitty rhinoceros asses. The only one that don't is the Bam. Everyone else got these old big giant asses
And
and
it looks
everything.
stupid.
Right. Right. Uh, and what else? Oh, I watched two episodes. This would be episode 2 and 3 of Jeffrey Dahmer.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like those 2 episodes. I don't like the flashback stuff because it's very slow. The flashback
Right.
episode is very slow. The third episode is when he killed. I guess that's the first guy he killed that
The
he
jogger.
picked up. Yeah, no, he threatened the jogger with a bat. He killed the hitchhiker,
Okay. Okay.
and the police just let him go.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, it sure must feel good. The guy swerving. The guy swerving, and they stopped him, and he didn't want to arrest him because he was 18 and he didn't want him to ruin his life.
Well, you
What?
see that all the time, even in real life. Because remember the kid, what did he do? He like raped somebody or something, but the judge gave him like house arrest because they was like, you're still young and we don't want to ruin your life.
Oh, they called it the influenza,
Yeah, he was
some
like,
shit like
he
that.
was his
Yeah.
family was rich or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you see it right then and there, like that's some bullshit.
Yeah, the guy's like swerving in traffic. He smelled like alcohol because he been drinking all damn day.
Mm-hmm. Didn't he
And
have a body in the trunk?
yeah, no, he was
Mm-hmm.
cut up. It wasn't in the trunk. It was in the back of the it was in trash bags in the back seat.
Oh shit.
Because he had cut them all up in the house. He cut them all
Mm-hmm.
up in the house, and I guess he was going to take it somewhere where to dump it.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's swerving. The cops stop him, and they say, "Well, hey, what's in the what's in the trash bags?" He just said that his father wasn't home. Well, his father wasn't home, and he was messing around in the yard, and that was like the clippings and all that stuff. I guess he saying that he was going to dump the clippings or whatever. And so the cop said he wasn't going to ruin his life. So after that, he went to hell back home and he burnt the body.
Mm.
That was the last episode. Yeah, the flashback stuff is like way too is too much and it's very slow.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't watched the Gangs of London, have you?
No.
Yeah, put that on your list. This is the second season just came out. The Gangs of London. What
Did
else?
you watch Wakanda?
I'll get to the movie stuff. You want to go into movie stuff now? Because I don't
No,
have
go
any
ahead. I
other
mean, I
stuff.
don't really have nothing for TV.
Yeah, I don't have anything movie stuff Well, I seen Black Panther, and I'll hold my thoughts on it until everyone get a chance to see it. Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah,
You
I
went to the
hold.
movies to see it?
Yeah, I went to the movies.
You went to
I
the
hold.
matinee?
Yeah, 10 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, I don't went.
My mom was there. You was gonna sit with two of us.
I don't care.
And there wasn't nobody in there neither. I was shocked. It wasn't sold out.
There don't be nobody in there no more. Not from the early times.
Yeah, I'll hold my thoughts of it. I'll wait until next week.
Is it streaming already?
No. Next week is it the Titans game? Next week is the Titans game, and the week after is that the Eagles play a game on it's not on Thanksgiving. I might be going too fast, but it's one of these games that is like the Eagles play like 8 o'clock or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll talk about Black Panther then. I think it's like 2 weeks from now, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, not this coming Sunday. The next Sunday, I think it'll be free. I'll talk to you about Black Panther after that, after when everyone see it. Well, one I do like, well, they didn't call him Submariner. They call him Namor. They kind of changed Namor up, and they finally used the term mutant too, by the way. So that opens. See, this movie. Well, also I'm going to say this too, by the way. This movie is like a gateway.
Well, that's what they said. It was tying a lot of stuff into it.
Yeah, it's to what can happen in the future. So we have well, I can tell you, I'm not no spoilers. This is no spoilers. We have Doctor Doom influenced. So that opens up to the Fantastic Four and all that stuff. So you have well, they didn't call him Submariner. We have Namor. Namor is on there. He's a mutant. So that opens up to the X-Men. So now they can call themselves mutant and all that stuff. You have the Thunderbolts. Well, they started off with the Thunderbolts is already something they've been working on Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I don't know anything about the Thunderbolts. I don't know how I missed that whole group.
Yeah, it's like a government group of superheroes.
Right. I'm talking about when you were younger in the comic books. I just don't remember anything about them. Right.
They opened up to that. Then you have the young girl on there. Well, that's no spoiler because she already getting a TV show. I think the TV show comes out in March. The young girl on there. See, it'll just open up. It can go like so many different ways. I don't know if Dr. Doom's going to be on there, but they sure opened it up to Dr. Doom going to be the next big villain. Well, which means the Fantastic Four. You can't have Dr. Doom without Fantastic Four.
Right.
And like I say, you can't have Namor calling himself a mutant and not have the X-Men on there.
Right.
So it opens up a lot to what can go on in the future. So that's why I'll give them props for that one, and I'll just leave it at that, and I'll talk about it more in depth in 2 weeks, a week or so. Hunk for Jesus was a movie about, they did it like a documentary way, like how you was talking about the Disney Atlanta episode about the dude that see, they never said what he did. He went to court and he had to settle a case involving him and boys. So I'm assuming it was like some sexual thing. They closed the church and they had to open it. They was going through the steps of how they was opening up the church again, and it's something sexually going on with him. Well, the movie been out for what? I'm late for movies, so the movie's like came out in the summer, if I'm not mistaken. So the movie started. They had went into the church and all that stuff, and him and the wife. Now the next scene, him and the wife was in the bed. And so his wife wanted to have sex. So he flipped his wife over, and I'm assuming he was going to have anal sex with his wife. So his wife stopped him and said, "Let's have sex the regular way." So I meant, I guess the regular way meant in her vagina. If I that's what it looked like to me. Like, and I was like, well, damn, is he supposed to be gay or something? So the positive I can say is, Regina Hall, good performance by Regina Hall. That's Regina Hall, right? Because I get King and Hall mixed up. King is with the green eyes. Regina King is the one with the green eyes, right?
I don't know. Neither one of them got a green eyes.
Yeah, Regina King is the girl that was on hell, she was on a whole bunch of stuff. Boys in the Hood, Friday.
Yeah, that's King.
Oh, okay, all right.
She got green eyes.
Yeah.
I ain't never known her to have no green eyes. She ain't got no green eyes.
Yes, you do, man.
No,
You can go on Google Regina King and see her face.
She ain't got no green eyes.
So I don't know anything about Academy Awards and all that stuff, but her performance she put on a very good performance. That's the positive thing I can say about that movie. I also seen Green Lantern, Beware of My Power. It's a DC cartoon movie with Idris Hodge plays Aldrich Hodge, I think that's his name. He plays John Stewart. John Stewart is the Black Green Lantern. So the Black Green Lantern, of course, you know how they do, like the Martian comes on and give him the ring. And they did one of them things where he didn't want the ring. I hate when they do that on movies too, by the way. Like a Martian comes out of his shit and gives him this ring. And he see that the ring has like power, like he can do shit with the ring and all that stuff. And he spends like almost half of the movie trying to get the ring back.
Her eyes is hazel.
Whatever. Green, hazel, it don't matter.
Ain't nowhere near. Hazel's closer to brown than green.
It's light.
Oh, you should have said light eyes. Don't be talking about no green shit.
He spends like half of the movie like, man, I'm trying to get rid of this ring. And then he comes in, and then the ring can like talk to you. The ring is like, see, I didn't know the ring is like Amazon Alexa. It can talk to you. You could ask them a question, they'll answer it. It can work computers and all that stuff. I didn't know
it wasn't like that back in the day.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah,
not that I know of, because I had a couple Green Lanterns, probably still got them in the basement, and I don't remember no ring talking.
Oh, okay, because I didn't look. I didn't. The only DC stuff I get is from the movies and these cartoons. But yeah, he can like work computers and all that type of shit, and he don't want this shit. And then you can fly with it, and you can create any type of weapon you want with this ring.
You can fly with it, and you can create shit with it. I remember him making like a big fist with the weapon, and it's like a green fist just like reflecting off the ring and then socking people with it.
Right. Like right. And he like he the man, I'm trying to get his ring. I don't want this thing. And then he 2 and 2 puts together. Then he says, yes, I'm going to be the Green Lantern. It wasn't as good as the Batman movie. The Batman movie I told you about that you watched. Mm-hmm. What you think about that one, by the way?
Which one was this?
The Batman where he killed the Joker. Superman killed the Joker, and he was like trying to.
I like that one.
Yeah, that was actually one of the best ones I've seen.
Yep, I like that one.
Well, it wasn't on that level, but it was good enough. Eldritch Hodge, you know Eldritch Hodge. He was MC Ren on the NWA movie. He played on a whole bunch of stuff. You know who he is.
Yeah.
Any other movies that you looked at?
Not really. I saw this movie, actually. I did. I watched a horror movie a couple nights ago. It was I can't think of the name of it right now. Hold on. It's about this this girl. She gets a what do you call it? Airbnb, but somebody's already there, and it's like raining, and it's in Detroit. The Airbnb is the only house on the block that's nice looking. Everything else is like run down, abandoned, raggedy cars. So here she's in town for a new job, but she got the Airbnb. But when she opened up the lockbox, no key in there, and it's starting to rain. She see the light come on, look through the window, and see a guy in there. So she knocked on the door. She like, who are you? And and me and Shay like, well, what the hell are you talking about? Who are you? You the one standing outside the porch.
Right.
So he was like, who are you? And they started talking. Well, I got this is my Airbnb. He like, no, this is mine. This and that. I booked it. And he's like, oh, they made a mistake. Why don't you come on in you know what I mean, out the rain or whatever, and figure this out. So she coming out the rain or whatever. They can't get in touch with nobody. I don't think my man was trying, but she couldn't get in touch with nobody that she rented the house from. So she's like, well, I'm just gonna go. He's like, you sure you want to go out here? This is a bad neighborhood. I mean, you can stay here, you know what I mean? So I don't want to give you all the details, but it was actually a good horror movie.
Is these black?
No. Well,
Oh,
she's black or she's mixed, and then he's a white guy.
oh, okay.
So then
So
he's
a white guy's in the middle of a hood of an abandoned. You said a bombed out neighborhood.
bombed out Detroit neighborhood. White guy got the same thing. He's supposed to be like some type of film director with a lot of money or whatever, but he's
Mm-hmm.
scoping out the area for his next project. So that was like his story that he gave her. And then whatever movies that, and she's like she do like movies too, so they had something in common.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, whatever movie she made, he saw it. She was like, yeah, right. Nobody's seen that movie. So he get to talking about it. Yeah, I saw it, this and that. There's a bottle of champagne in here. I mean, wine in here. You want to have a shrink? She like, no, no. And so he like, you sure? Later on in the movie, after they got to know each other, like, you sure? I mean, if you want some, I'll get you some, but I don't want to crack it open. And then you decide to get some. If I'm gonna crack it open, I want you to at least see me open it, so you don't think I put nothing in it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a good horror movie.
So what he was running around trying to kill her in the house?
I ain't gonna give you all the details.
What's
Put it to you. I'll put it to you like this: that he wasn't the bad guy.
Oh, okay. What's the name of the movie?
Of it. Oh, what the fuck is the name of it? Hold on, let me find it for you. It was actually good. I ain't seen a good horror movie in a while. Like, you know, script wise, where they like wrote a good kind of a different story than all the same bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. All right, it's called Barbarian.
Okay. What year?
It came out this year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it.
That was actually a good movie. Even Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 92.
Oh, this is a young dude. I just kind of sound like he was a old guy or something that was staying in
No,
the
he was a
house.
young boy. I kept calling him Dahmer and shit. Like, what girl's gonna do that and then stay there? Like, get in your fucking car and roll. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And then I call the Airbnb and make me and get my damn money back from them. Put me in a place where it was somebody already in there.
And see, they didn't really explain how they got that, so I don't know all the details behind that. I'll let you see the story and then we can talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to give up too much, but it was a good horror movie.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
I can't think of nothing. Nah.
Yeah, me neither. It was I'm well, like I said to you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very slow when it comes to movies. I'm so behind on shit. Like I said, I just seen Hunk for Jesus, and that came out in the summertime, so I'm like very behind in movies. Other than like new stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I put like a lot of stuff, even like Black Adam. I got that in my queue. I haven't watched it yet.
How's the quality?
I didn't click on it. I mean, I put it in my queue to see. Let me see. I'm pretty sure it's probably good now because it came out for a while. Let me see. Yeah, it didn't load, but it's links over there.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't looked at the quality. I haven't even tried to watch it. I just put it in my queue to see. Because they saying the same thing about that movie, opening up ways for more movies to come along.
Right.
How you convince Superman to come back and all that shit.
Right. See, that's the thing about these DC stuff. Everything involved the movies is a little bit different, but the cartoons, everything evolves around damn Superman, Wonder Woman, or Batman. I looked at it, I'm like, oh shit, I can't believe they made a John Stewart Green Lantern. Everything evolves around Superman, Batman.
Yeah, it's like they
Wonder
go to.
Woman.
They don't want to have nobody else in the story to go to.
Exactly.
And Superman is like so strong and got every superpower, and he can do everything. He can freeze with his breath. He can burn you with his eyes. He can fucking clap his hands and it's a tornado. He's like so much shit. Like, you made this dude so powerful. His only weakness is kryptonite, something that you can't really get nowhere.
Or the sun, but people don't know anything about the sun. The sun gives them powers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and how many people know about kryptonite? Because they will all have it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. You can reach us on Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok at pnljudgementals. Instagram at the_judgementals. Or you can email us at pnljudgementals@gmail.com. So, all right, Phil.
All right, y'all.
Comments on my photos, that's why I stay on the low. Most of y'all is associates, so I be on my dolo. Hold up, whoa, hold the phone. You think all I do is rap? I can do it on my own. That's why I produce the track. Don't wonder where my crew is at. They'll be back. Niggas see me walking on the block and look like, who is that? Who is that? People always wanna know where my friends is at, like we attached.